Top 15 wrestlers who don't deserve to be part of WWE.
If you are brand new to our channel, we invite you to take a moment to subscribe. Just click on the lit red button as well as the gray bell. Why the bell? Well, it will let you know every time we post a new video.
15.
Sin Cara. Sin Cara has had problems ever since he joined WWE. There have been two people under the mask during his tenure in WWE, with the first star becoming known for an unsettling amount of botches throughout his matches. He also gained a lot of heat backstage when he stopped a match with Alberto Del Rio because he broke his fingers, which didn't help his cause at all. Cara is rarely out of the news considering the number of backstage altercations he has been part of over the past few years, which begs the question as to why WWE keeps him around. Kalisto could easily take up the mantle that was left by Rey Mysterio back in 2015, as well as Gran Metalik and Lince Dorado in the Cruiserweight division. Cara's recent feud with Baron Corbin wasn't even up to par, so he should be one of the first people on the list of releases when the time comes.
14.
Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin is a superstar who has gained an interesting amount of heat from both the WWE Universe and his fellow performers over the past few years because of his attitude. Corbin had no previous wrestling experience when he joined WWE and was fast-tracked through the developmental process because the company had bigger plans for him. Corbin won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale and this year's Money in the Bank match, which he unsuccessfully cashed in when he managed to once again gain heat backstage after a Twitter encounter with Dave Meltzer. He also apparently was rude during a seminar about concussion awareness, something that WWE decided to punish him for. Incredibly, Corbin still has a job, but it seems that, if he continues to share his opinions on Twitter, that could change very quickly. It is harsh, because Corbin actually has a real talent that WWE could benefit from.
13.
Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke is someone who has always been criticized by the WWE Universe because she isn't a very good wrestler. While Dana looks the part as a former bodybuilder, it seems that she is unable to back that up in the ring. While she was down in NXT, she was able to hide behind Emma in tag team matches so that no one was aware of how inadequate her skills on the ring really were. When she was promoted to the main roster and put into a singles feud against the likes of Asuka and Charlotte, all of her flaws were laid out for the world to see. Dana isn't at the level that some of the women on the main roster currently are, and if WWE is not ready to send her back to NXT, then it's hard to see her getting any further than she currently is on the Raw brand. 12. Mike Kanellis. Mike Kanellis came to WWE back at Money in the Bank in May, and it seems that even though WWE expected him to be a superstar who made a huge impact on the SmackDown roster in place of The Miz, who had just been moved over to Raw, Mike failed on all counts. It was reported that WWE had already given up on the husband of Maria Kanellis because it seemed that instead of working hard and ensuring he was in this best possible condition for his debut, he sat back and failed to do anything, which is why he has been labeled as a lazy star. Mike doesn't deserve his place in the company right now, especially considering the fact that there are so many people who would take the opportunity much more seriously. Mike is a talented star, but it is thought that Maria is the only reason he was signed by the company to begin with.
11.
Maryse. Maryse is a former Divas champion in her own right, but she is a throwback to the time when women were only seen as pretty faces and not actually taken seriously. Maryse was part of the 2006 Diva Search and signed off the back of her appearance in the competition before she made her debut on the SmackDown Live brand. Maryse left the company back in 2009 and stated that she wouldn't return unless she was main eventing WrestleMania or given $1 million. Incredibly, she returned to partner with her husband the night after WrestleMania 32 and has since been by his side throughout the past year and a half, even though she isn't needed. Maryse doesn't wrestle anymore, and she brings down segments involving her husband because of how bad she is on the mic. She's off on maternity leave right now, and it is hoped that in the future The Miz will return without her.
10.
10. Titus O'Neil. Titus O'Neil hasn't done anything noteworthy in WWE since he was part of the Primetime Players a number of years ago alongside Darren Young. His former tag team partner was released from the company a few weeks ago, and it was thought that Titus would have joined him on the release list much sooner. Titus managed to gain a lot of heat backstage during Daniel Bryan's retirement speech in February 2016 when it was revealed that he pushed WWE Chairman Vince McMahon to tell him to let Stephanie pass because he believed in ladies first. Titus was suspended for 60 days because of this, and then has managed to return to the company and be given a storyline in which he's the head of the Titus Worldwide brand, something that is completely pointless, and is bringing Apollo Crews and Akira Tozawa down as well. The quicker it comes to an end, the better.
9.
9. Jinder Mahal. There are a number of arguments about Jinder Mahal, and whether or not it was hard work that got him into the shape he currently is in. Jinder has only been pushed into the main event level of WWE because the company wanted an Indian star to help expand the company in India. Mahal wasn't the best choice because he wasn't a very good wrestler to begin with. He botched his own finisher a number of times, and most of the time the finisher didn't seem as though it had enough impact to keep some of WWE's biggest stars down for a 3 count. Thankfully AJ Styles brought his reign to an end since it seemed as though the SmackDown brand was taking a hard hit when it came to ratings with Jinder as champion. WWE experimented, and it went wrong. Hopefully this means that Jinder won't be given the title back at Clash of Champions.
8.
8. Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas should never have been promoted from NXT. He was a fantastic NXT champion and proved that he deserved to be where he was, but ever since he was switched to the main roster, he has been on a decline. WWE clearly has no idea how to book Bo Dallas effectively, much like his brother Bray Wyatt. Dallas hasn't had a decent storyline in years, which could be why he is seemingly just another star making up the numbers in WWE right now. It is thought that his family connections are the only thing keeping him in WWE right now, since it's quite obvious that the company has no idea what to do with him, which is why he was forced to join Curtis Axel as part of the Mysteridge. This has ensured that he is on WWE TV on a regular basis, but it isn't helping his career at all.
7.
7. Mojo Rawley. When it comes to sheer wrestling talent, Mojo Rawley is perhaps the worst male wrestler on the SmackDown brand right now. Mojo can't cut a decent promo, and the WWE Universe can't get behind him, because he isn't very good in the ring either. It is thought that the only reason he was promoted from NXT and pushed towards the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal win was because Triple H is a huge fan. The two are good friends, and it seems that this has definitely helped Mojo progress throughout the past year on the SmackDown brand. His big test will start now that he's a singles superstar, something that he has never been before. Much like Dana Brooke, all of his flaws will be laid out for the world to see, and then the creative team will be wondering why he was added to the main roster to begin with.
6.
6. Big Cass. Big Cass was aligned with Enzo Amore from the minute he made his debut on NXT until earlier this year, when the two went their separate ways. Amore was always the talker in the team and Cass was the one who did the wrestling, so the 7-foot star always had someone in the ring with him who is a worse wrestler. When the two finally split up, and it was revealed that WWE wanted to push Cass as far as they could as our main event star, all of his flaws as a wrestler were seen, and it was made obvious that Cass wouldn't work as a single star, because he couldn't cut a good promo, and he was incapable of controlling a match. The heat Cass was receiving backstage meant that his injury came at a good time, and now WWE has to find a way to reinsert him back into the roster in the coming months.
5.
5. Lana. Lana was signed to WWE following her inclusion in the 2013 Diva Search, when she didn't win the competition, but it seems that WWE saw something in her that allowed them to send her to NXT to manage Rusev. Lana has since decided that she actually wants to wrestle on the brand as well, but the problem is that she wants to be an incredible wrestler right now, and isn't happy with the fact that she isn't. Lana has been rude to Carmella, Nia Jax, and Natalya over the past few weeks, because she believes that she is the best female on the mic, and all the other women can't hold a candle to her. She is too full of herself to ever be considered a team player, and she hasn't delivered in the ring at all over the past few months. If Lana wasn't so good on the mic, then she definitely wouldn't still have a job.
4.
4. James Ellsworth. James Ellsworth was only recently released from WWE, after what was a terrible year for him in WWE. Not only was he one of the worst things about the SmackDown brand for a long time, after he ruined the history-making first ever Women's Money in the Bank match, but back in 2016 he almost broke his own neck when he took a Styles Clash wrong, and put AJ in a position where he was forced to change his move to save him. Ellsworth wasn't a very good wrestler, and it was unknown why WWE kept him around for so long, because they literally had no idea what to do with him after his storyline with Styles and Dean Ambrose was over. Thankfully, the company reached the point where they realized that there was nothing that he could offer the business, merely months after the WWE Universe had realized the same thing.
3.
3. Tamina. Tamina Snuka has been taking down the level in the SmackDown Women's division ever since she returned to the company following the Superstar shakeup back in April. Tamina is only part of WWE because of the family that she comes from, and it seems that even that has run its course now. WWE tried to push her by putting Lana by her side, because Tamina is horrific on the mic, but Tamina proved at Survivor Series that she is incapable of being part of a match without botching almost every move that she performs and making her opponent look as bad as she is. It is unknown how Tamina has lasted this long, but given the talent that is coming through from NXT right now, it seems that Tamina's number could be up in the near future, and the sad part is that none of the WWE Universe will miss her presence. They didn't earlier in the year, when she was missing for a number of months.
2.
2. David Otunga. The biggest question that has been circling around WWE over the past few months is how and why David Otunga still has a job. David was a below-par level wrestler when he was part of Nexus, and WWE then decided that after a number of years of being AWOL they would allow the former NXT star to join the commentary team. If it's physically possible, Otunga was a worse commentator than he was a wrestler, but thankfully Booker T stepped in to take his place when he was offered an acting job earlier in the year. David has since been in the news because of an altercation with his girlfriend Jennifer Hudson, which has led to a custody battle between the two as well as allegations of domestic abuse. It seems that Otunga has a number of his own issues right now, which could be why he hasn't returned to WWE TV. Maybe the company will finally decide that they don't actually want him to return, and the universe will be saved from his lousy attempt at commentary.
1.
1. Enzo Amore. Enzo Amore is only where he is today because of his promo ability. The former NXT star has never been able to back up his mic ability in the ring, but the company has continued to push him regardless, because they feel like his promo skills alone are a draw. Putting Enzo on the 205 Live roster was an insult to the cruiserweight division, since these men pride themselves on the fact that they have all worked hard to learn their craft in the ring. It was supposed to be the most talented division in WWE before Enzo joined. Now it is just Enzo's brand. Enzo's backstage heat alone would have been enough reason for any other star to be dismissed, especially since it is Roman Reigns who has the biggest issue with the certified G right now. But it seems that the company really enjoys having him around, much to the dismay of many of the WWE universe.
Yeah.